Welcome to Duo Chats with Brittany and Cynthia, where we talk about drama shows from shows ranging from the 90s to today.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brittany.
And I'm Cynthia. And
And
today
we
we
have
have,
Jaycee.
yep.
Hey guys, thanks for having me back.
Yep. So before we jump into the episode, um, we forgot to do one thing at the end of season 2, and that was talk about our favorite episode and rate the whole season altogether. So, what was your guys' favorite episode of season 2, and what would you rate the whole episode or the whole season?
I think my favorite was the one where Dawson was singing the blues.
So his birthday.
Yeah.
That was a good one. But I would say really just I don't know. At least yeah, I'd say that probably be my favorite too. It was hard to say because a lot of episodes were kind of boring.
Yeah. That one I think was one of the more memorable ones for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It was, but I also think that the school project one was good.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that one was a good one.
So that one was my favorite. And
Then
then what would you rate it? I would rate the whole season of season 2 a 6. It was boring.
I gave it a 5 maybe.
I gave it a 6 because Pacey changed.
Of course, because of Pacey.
mhm.
Well, of course.
Yeah, I would say about a 6 too.
See, she said a 6.
Hey, you just wanted to know my rating then. That's what it was. Okay.
Don't worry,
I'm not knocking your rating.
don't worry. I almost gave it a 5.
Okay, now I don't feel bad.
No. All right, so let's talk about season 3, episode 3. The title is None of the Above. Aired October 13th, 1999, almost 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And the synopsis is
Dawson is stunned when Eve presents him with stolen copies of the school's PSATs, and everyone is tempted to cheat. But when the test goes missing, Dawson wonders who stole it, and Pacey is accused. Meanwhile, Jack feels that the whole football team is beating down on him because he is gay, while Henry asks Jack for advice on talking to Jen. Also, Rob continues to make Joey's life difficult at work after she turns down an offer to go on a date with him.
how old is that boss of hers?
I don't
He
know.
looks like he's like 26.
Oh, I was
Yeah,
saying
we're
22.
30. And
No, not that old.
he's asking a teenager out.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's weird. They like doing that in this show, making the old people go after the young people all the time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, last I checked, Joey was 16 or
Right.
15 or
Yeah.
15.
Mm-hmm.
So that's creepy. And also, her sister still hasn't gotten a job.
I guess not.
She's still the breadwinner as a teenager for
Yep.
the whole family. That doesn't make any sense.
What about the baby's dad?
Bodie,
Yeah.
he's nowhere to be found again.
What's the baby's name?
Alex.
Alexander.
Okay. I forgot.
But because they don't talk about him.
Right.
They don't talk about anyone that's not on the show.
Nope.
So did you like how it starts? Dawson and Eve watching TV in his room?
Mm,
No, because it may seem like too that she was like becoming more permanent to the show, which I didn't like.
yeah.
Now that she's part of his routine.
Yeah, like
I'm
I
not a
would
fan.
I would rather him watch a movie or something with Jen,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
who he has a
Eve.
connection with and he's becoming friends with.
Mm-hmm.
Not this Eve chick that just keeps showing up.
He
Yeah.
seems to like her.
Ugh. Yeah, but do
You
you?
know.
No.
And she says she doesn't like watching movies. She likes watching TV.
Mm-hmm.
And he
And
doesn't like watching TV.
yeah. And she said that
He's
Dawson
on
is
TV.
what?
I just like he's on TV though.
It's a TV show. So you're dogging
Yeah.
your own TV show.
Right.
Doesn't sound right, like for the writers to dog their own show.
Right.
Because then he was somehow, oh, like Felicity, the show. Oh, she's a babbling, what did he call her?
I didn't write that down.
He was going on and how she talks too much and this and that. And then I was thinking the same thing, but Eve's like, So she's you, Dawson.
Yeah,
And I was like, exactly. Like
right.
as he's explaining Felicity, it's just Dawson as a guy.
Yep.
But why does Eve want to be hanging out with Dawson? Like what is so great about Dawson? Someone
Remember, she
explain
said
it.
his eyes. That's what she said.
Wait, so you want to hang out with someone just because of their eyes?
No, she wants to sleep with him because of his eyes, apparently.
But why?
I have no clue. It's
She
something
can't
only Eve knows.
she,
Mm-hmm.
she can't find someone out there.
I guess.
You know how many guys there are in the world and you're picking Dawson?
Apparently 800 in Cape Side.
So the 800, they're the 799 don't want to sleep with her.
Yeah.
Okay. Doesn't make any sense to me.
And then they were breaking the fourth wall even more with Eve
Yeah.
saying that Dawson's straight out of central casting and that he tells her that she must not have seen the last season because it was far
Well,
from perfect.
Dawson is a grown man. That's what
Yeah.
they make him. They make him act like it and
Mhm.
they dress him like it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry, but him in the white t-shirt looked a whole lot better than the clothes he wears.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And
Why
then
do they have to dress him so old?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
They dress the college kids better than that. He looks like an old grandpa.
He really does.
Every time I see Dawson, I'm like, oh, here's grandpa. What's he going to say?
And then more of the fourth wall, she said that season 2 is where she comes in to shake things up, and Dawson says, "You know what else I hate about television? They always
That
cut
they
to
cut
commercial
it.
at the best part.
And then,
Ah,
of
that was
course, it,
perfect.
it
The theme
cuts,
song."
cuts to the theme song.
Mm-hmm.
That
So
I'm not a fan of.
now that we're in season 3, did you watch the theme song?
No.
Yeah, I didn't really pay
I
attention
noticed
though.
it's different, though, at the
Yeah,
end.
Yes.
yeah, they
It's
filmed new
it's
clips.
they film new things for every new season, Jaycee.
Well, I don't watch it.
Well, you should. It's cute.
Ew, cute. I don't know.
I like their intro. Okay.
I don't.
You don't even watch it. You don't even know if you like
I
it
don't
because you
like
don't watch it.
I don't like the song.
Oh my god. Jaycee, what are we gonna do with you? I don't even know what happens. I didn't even write down the next thing.
It comes back with Joey having a bad dream about being late for the test.
Oh, yeah. I mean, did anyone really have a bad dream in
I
high
used to
school?
dream. Yeah.
In high
About a
school?
test or a
Yeah.
general?
I would dream
No,
about school.
not about a test.
I actually had like dreams, or shall I say nightmares, after.
Yeah.
Like you're
Mhm.
an adult and you're going to be late for school. And it's like, wait a minute, I'm an adult. I'm not going to be late for
Yeah.
school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I've had those as adults, but not, I don't really remember as a teenager.
Right.
I feel like you have definitely more of those when you're adults.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And it's not even that you're going to be late for work, it's that you're late for school.
I know it
Mhm.
don't make sense.
Like, how come your brain doesn't register you're no longer a kid?
I don't know.
So in the hallway,
Mm-hmm.
when Andie's rushing and stuff, of course
Mhm.
she runs into Pacey.
Yep.
And it was funny because all of her stuff drops. And then, of course, he's helping her pick everything up. And he's like, it's none of my business, but, do you really, what do you say? Like, do you really have to like study this hard or something? I don't know.
Yeah.
Then he's just like sitting there on the floor after she leaves. I'm like,
Mhm.
get up. Aren't you going to be late for your class?
I don't think he cares.
No.
Yeah, because that's what Andie said too.
Yeah, she says all this hard work. I mean, you've
Yeah.
done.
I
Trying
thought
to
she
give.
said, yeah, we've,
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
but she really means her.
yeah.
Yes.
And I'm like, Andie. I don't like that she like puts blame on Pacey in this episode because she was like, because what was it that because she like, oh, you want to throw away what we worked, and and then when she's giving us stuff back and she's like, well, you didn't want to be a part of like my Harvard life and blah blah blah. And I'm like, you're the one that cheated.
Yeah, she's trying to make him feel bad. I don't understand why.
Like you're the one that cheated. You're the guilty party in this.
Right.
I feel like it's Gail all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's blame the guy when really it's you.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Gail blamed Mitch. Well, Dawson did that. But now all of a sudden we have to blame Pacey, and it's really Andie.
Yeah.
He was just doing the right thing, ending it because he knew he didn't want to be with the cheater.
Right.
Right.
No matter how much he loved her, he couldn't be with her.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe she shouldn't have cheated.
Yeah.
Did she? Now I have a question for you guys.
Mhm.
Did she really think that when she told him that he would just, oh, it's okay, and take her right back?
Maybe after she explained it, which of course wouldn't, but I don't know. Maybe.
She didn't explain it very well.
No.
Because I was just like, I don't know, like Pacey is a changed person from season 1. And the fact that he waited all that time for her and the whole time together, all he worried about was Andie. And the fact that she would just go and cheat,
He was
it makes
such
no
a
sense.
good boyfriend to her.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't like that, it's all on him.
Right.
And,
She's the one that screwed up, like Gail.
yeah, but she should have thought about that. He's this great guy. And what's Mark? I'm just saying, what's that Mark guy about?
Well, she said that they went through similar things and he just understands her fears and everything.
But she didn't think about her boyfriend at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And again, that he's just gonna, everything's cool, let's get back together. No. But to make him feel guilty, that's a horrible person.
Yeah. I don't think it's right what she's doing to him.
No, and he's so sweet to her.
I mean, what can she expect after she slept with somebody else?
Well, apparently everything's going to be hunky-dory.
No, not at all.
That they're going to just stay this happy couple.
Yeah.
Well, and think about it. Okay, if it was Pacey that cheated, Andie would leave him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So why would she think that she's any different?
I don't know. She shouldn't.
That's my thing, is like, well, how come people don't ever think about it if it was the other way around?
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because then you would be like, you know what? I wouldn't want to be with that person either. So I understand why they don't want to be with me. Like, think about it.
Yeah.
I guess that would be mature, I guess. And Andie isn't that in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
No, not at all.
Did you
Maybe that's why they gave her the weird hairstyle last episode.
Because she's a little kid all of a sudden.
Yeah.
She used to be this mature girl. Now all of a sudden she's not. She's this baby.
Yeah.
So who's taking care of Andie? If Jack is living with Jen and Graham, who's taking care of Andie?
Didn't her dad move his company?
Yeah. So
he's actually home.
Mm-hmm.
That you know of.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll see how long.
That's why Jack doesn't want to go back. Because he's there now.
Okay. Well, at least someone's watching that girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then since Joey has a chance at getting a scholarship, the principal tells her to relax because she'll be fine in the test. And he told her to rent a movie, and she thinks of Dawson right away, of course. So she goes to talk to him about doing something. And
well, before that though, like when she's talking to Principal Green, I like Principal Green. He cares about the students.
Yeah.
Yes.
How many principals care about the students?
It's rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, they wouldn't talk to them like that one-on-one.
No, they'd be like, what do you want?
Mm-hmm.
You're bothering me.
Yep.
And I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing. For season 1 and season 2, there was no principal around.
Yeah.
And now all of a sudden there's a principal who's involved.
No, wasn't there a principal with everything going on with Pacey and Jack? It was a woman.
Well,
I can't remember her name.
there had to be. I mean, they had a freaking hearing and stuff.
Yeah, so I think it might have just been those couple episodes she was in there, but yeah, there was a principal before him.
But I wish Principal Green was in that episode, the election episode,
Oh yeah.
because he would have stopped Miss Abby from going on and on about Andie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see Principal Green and Abby.
Me too.
Oh man.
That would have been a good scene.
Yeah.
Him yelling at her. Oh, I'm here for it. See, they needed Abby instead of killing her off.
Yeah.
And they really need to get rid of this Eve.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's stirring up more trouble with this stupid PSAT book or whatever.
Copy. Yeah.
Yeah. How did she get a copy?
I guess she's slick like that. But like
she sleep with to get it.
Right. But like even though they said a copy, but like would it have the answers with it too?
Because at the end a certain person was going to A B C A like because she knew exactly what numbers or what letters to do.
Yeah, because I was just saying they kept saying copy, 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 but no answer. So I'm like, what's the point of having the copy when it's just the questions ahead of time, but that would be it.
Well, and you know how before the fire drill, or when the fire drill was pulled, how come Dawson didn't just take the envelope with him?
Because the principal was sitting right there next to him, and he said to leave everything and just head out.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just grab it and be like, I don't care what you said.
Well, it would have
made. It's not like Dawson gets in trouble anyway. He was on stage making out with Eve and didn't get in trouble. Yeah, he wouldn't get in trouble for taking his personal things outside.
He just didn't want it to seem suspicious that something might be in the envelope that he's not supposed to have.
Yeah.
So if it's not a big deal, he could just leave it. But if it wasn't, he would take it. And
exactly.
Green would have saw him. Yeah.
We'll just say this is a family personal thing, and I have to take it with me. I don't want it to get burned down.
I don't know. Has that sticker on it too?
But Miss Principal Green didn't see that.
Yeah, well, you never know.
But Dawson just isn't that clever, Mr. Filmmaker.
Yeah.
And when Principal Green calls the group, the McLaughlin group or something. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Like I was little in the 90s. I don't know what that means.
I was younger than you. Shoot, I have no clue.
Cynthia, you normally look this stuff up. What's it mean?
Well, I didn't even really catch that. So he called the group that?
It was like McLaughlin group or something. And I was like, huh?
I wonder what, I'm not sure what that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm like, it must have been something big in the 90s.
Yeah, for them to reference it.
Because, they usually reference stuff in this episode or this show.
How's it even spelled?
I don't know.
Oh, so I can't even find it.
I don't know what it is. It was weird.
Yeah.
So what did you think, though, when Dawson brings the envelope, though, to the group?
Why is he doing that? Why does he want everyone to know he has the answers? What if they told on him?
Well, and also then he gets mad because someone took it. And it's like, then why did you bring it to the group in the first place?
Right. Isn't that why he brought it there? So they could use it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. He's so dumb.
Yep.
Like, why would you be mad somebody in the group took it?
Because he don't know where it is.
Well, and then Pacey's over there making jokes.
I like Pacey in this.
I know he was good. But it was funny because wasn't it Jen that said she didn't want to be the lab rat or something? And then Joey says, "You're not the lab rat. Dawson is the lab rat. Throwing parties, crashing boats, upstaging marching bands. Dawson, if your rope was any more yanked, you'd be a church bell."
Yep.
And Pacey is laughing at that.
Of course.
I think he's already starting to crush on Joey.
You think?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
Well, that's because you know what happens. You're not supposed to let people you know what happens.
Oh, I think it's starting.
Why would it be starting?
You didn't see the look that he gave her when he stood up and walked out of the test?
No. I can't read looks like that, Brittany.
Oh my God.
I just saw it
I
as,
think you're thinking too much into it.
yeah, I just saw it as like him doing the right thing by walking out, like for Dawson.
Yeah.
It didn't have anything to do with Joey.
Yeah, but then they smiled at each other.
So they can't smile? I think you look too much into it on that part.
Yeah.
Nope.
I think Joey just saw it as Pacey and Dawson making up.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever.
You asked for the opinion.
I was talking about from Pacey, not Joey. I don't think Joey likes
That
him
too.
yet.
Yeah, that too. Like, I'm doing the right thing for Dawson after everything that happened, doing the right thing.
You get upset when we give our opinion.
No, I don't.
When it doesn't match yours.
I just disagree. So do you think that it's the obvious people that would take it? Because that's what Eve says. She says it's usually the obvious people that take it, and I'm like, I don't think so.
No.
It wasn't in this case.
Well, especially when she said the people that usually succeed are going to succeed, and then the people that aren't.
When I found out who took it, I'll tell you what, there was a point where I seen them act a little suspicious when it was being talked about.
Really? I tried because I knew who it was. So I tried and I was like, okay, I didn't see that person walk like
I thought they acted suspicious when Dawson brought it up about it had to be one of them.
well, it had to be one of them. They're the ones that knew about the test.
Well, yeah.
I actually thought somehow Eve got it.
I started to wonder about that since she always shows up everywhere.
Yeah, like she could have took it just to mess with everybody.
Exactly, and it seems like something she would do.
Well, she usually does it.
Yeah.
Well, could you see her pulling the fire alarm? Like, did you know that was her?
No. That was her?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Did she say that?
I thought it was in the episode.
No.
We don't see who pulls it. Joey pulled it in her dream, but that was
Yeah.
it. We didn't see who pulled the real one.
Oh.
Because everybody was in the library and
Yeah, well, Eve wasn't.
It might have just been a drill. I thought it was just a drill.
Yeah, it could have been. Or like I thought maybe Eve could have pulled the alarm and then when everybody was outside, she went in the library and grabbed it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, because she wasn't in there, and Principal Green was only making sure everyone out of the library left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He wasn't worried about anybody else in the building.
Was Andie in there?
She was, and I watched her, and she looked back at Dawson and Mr. or Principal Green.
Yeah.
But she still walked out with the rest of them.
Maybe she went back in.
Well, she had to.
Yeah.
But why is what does Eve why does Eve have a problem with Pacey?
Because
I don't know.
Like what did he ever do to her?
Nothing.
I think she likes messing with Dawson, and that's the first person she can use besides for Joey to make him mad or upset or something.
That's messed up.
Mm-hmm.
Because they end up fighting.
Mm-hmm.
She don't care though.
Well, because Eve's like, well, and then when she sees Dawson's black eye, she's like, hey, I'm not the one that gave you the black eye. I'm like, oh my God, witch. Like,
yeah.
You have a major problem with Pacey. Why? She's nuts.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. She needs to go.
With her half naked self all the time.
She needs to die. Like Abby.
Or at least just go to a different town and mess with them.
She'd be back if she did that.
Yeah.
And then Jack's just having a hard time at football practice with everybody beating him up.
Well,
Like
it is.
that.
It is football.
I know, but they seemed a little too rough.
Yeah.
Cynthia, it's football. Have you never watched football?
They were being rough.
No, it's football.
They don't gotta tackle each other like that.
It's football.
It's high school football. It's not pro.
That's what you do.
Well, he ended up getting
Yeah.
bruised ribs, so I think that was a little bit extreme.
I don't think they're supposed to tackle people like that.
I've watched the little kids practice.
Well, they're not supposed to do that either. You
It's
know they're
not
not.
flag.
Well, they're not supposed to jump on people.
Jaycee, your brother played football. Did you not watch him?
I wasn't as into it as you. I was there for the food and the band.
Oh my god. Cynthia, you didn't watch your nephew?
I did, but I don't know. I didn't really pay attention to the other players, just them, because they both played.
Interesting.
Yeah, I don't really care about the sport, like I said, so I just watched my nephew, whichever one was out there.
By the way, my boyfriend can punch better than yours.
I don't got a boyfriend on that show. Shush.
His name's Dawson.
Ew, no, that's yours.
It's not.
I ain't dating a high schooler.
Yeah, you do know this is the 90s.
Yeah, and they're in high school. Yeah, Pacey likes him older though, so.
Except for in real life, he's older than me.
Hmm.
No, because Dawson's eye was a lot worse than Pacey's lip.
Not true.
Yeah.
Okay, so about Joey and Rob now, because apparently, well, Joey asked him to have Friday night off so she can study for the test because it's on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why is the test on Saturday?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be during normal school hours?
Yeah, I thought so too. Maybe to, I don't know, have less distraction, no other students around. I don't know.
That would make sense.
Well, actually, this is a practice
how about
test.
you just do what we did and kick everybody out until we're done?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, but she asks for the Friday night off. He agrees until later on when he does try to ask her out, like to celebrate the test with her, like
That's
Saturday night.
weird. Isn't
Yeah.
that weird?
Mm-hmm. Like,
Why is the boss
yeah.
asking her out?
Yeah.
It was funny though when she said, "Oh, the husband
Wouldn't
Yeah.
listen
wouldn't
to other
like it
people.
or something."
Yeah.
I
And then
was like,
she even,
Joey's not old enough to have a husband. Come on.
yeah. And then
Right.
her next excuse is that she's a lesbian. Then he asks again and she says, "Is it okay if I say no?" And he said it was no problem.
Yeah.
Like,
And then
yeah.
you
What he
can't. Yeah.
says.
Yeah, except for you can't have your time off.
Mm-hmm. And that only happened too when she was kind of stressing out about the missing test, so she like overloaded the gas tank of that boat that she was working on.
Yes.
Yeah, and he said that
Yeah.
36 or what
36.
36, 38
Yeah.
is going to come out of her paycheck.
Mm-hmm. And then that's when he changes his mind about the night off and everything.
He's such a jerk.
He's
Mhm.
such a creep.
Yeah. Who
But
asks
here-
a teenager out like that when you're full grown?
But
Mhm.
here we are again with another storyline of an older person and a young person.
Yeah, it don't
Mhm.
make sense.
I'm telling you, these writers, all they liked was this storyline.
Yep.
And you know, the thing is, like, they clearly couldn't come up with anything else.
Guess not.
I mean, the only thing they ever talk about on the show is, old people and young people.
I
Mhm.
don't get it.
Come up with different storylines. Come on now. This is ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
This-
Joey calls. Yeah.
It's season 3 now. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Joey calls him on it and says it's about his damaged ego, but he's
Mm.
like, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
I agree with Joey.
Yep, me
Yeah.
too.
I like that Joey was standing up for herself.
Yeah.
But I
Not a lot
don't
of girls do.
but I don't like that he wouldn't give her the time off.
Yeah. It was just
It
one
was
night.
his way of punishing her for turning him down.
Yeah, like that's illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it definitely is nowadays anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're
Yeah,
just
I
small.
wonder legally what it was like in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then there's just a small moment with Jack and Jen because Jack wants to quit the team for getting all these bruises and everything, and Jen
She's
convinces him
wrapping
to
them up.
stay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was cute when she was wrapping them.
Mm-hmm.
She's such a good friend to Jack.
Yeah.
See, they're the Dawson and Joey.
Yeah.
So when the test goes missing,
Mm-hmm.
and Dawson decides to sneak in the school at nighttime with Crazy Eve,
Mm-hmm.
what the heck? You mean to tell me there's no alarms and no anything in this school?
I
Not in
guess
the
just
90s.
yeah, just that one guard, and he didn't look very well.
I know they were
How did
talking
he miss him walking right next to him? It was like
and
you said.
and
Yeah,
they were
talking.
talking.
Yeah, and they weren't even that quiet.
No, they were
No.
talking out loud
Mm-hmm.
and they weren't whispering
He
and they
must
were
be hard at hearing.
and blind because you have two grown asses
Yeah.
underneath the table. You can't see that when you walk in.
Well,
Right.
it was dark, but he had his flashlight. Yeah, he just
He was
didn't
Yeah.
like.
aiming it. He
Yeah,
was aiming it at them.
I thought he just like aimed it over the table that they were under, but not under the table.
Oh, boy, you can still see them. It was still light enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been pretty obvious to see, pretty plain to see.
They were little kids, and even little kids you could have seen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They were two grown adults. I don't
Yeah,
buy it.
yeah.
That guard needs to get fired.
Yeah, he's not doing a very good job.
There's a lot of people on this show that need to get fired.
Mm-hmm. And that's when Eve says that it shouldn't be difficult to find the test because someone took it and has to be one of his friends. So that's when he started thinking about it.
Well,
Yeah.
did you like when Dawson told the group, you have
So 5:30.
yeah, to put it back in my locker?
Mm-hmm.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How are they gonna get his locker open?
He probably left it unlocked.
Yeah, he said he was gonna leave it unlocked, but
When he walked up to it, he just opened it. He just pulled the lock off. He didn't like put no combo in.
yeah.
Combo.
It is a combo.
It's funny. It's funny when you say it. Yeah, Eve just bothers me. Why is she still in like a whole bunch of the episode?
They like
don't
her
know.
around for some reason or another.
I know, but it doesn't even feel like Jen and Joey are in it that much.
Right.
Or Andie. Like
Mm-hmm.
they're the females of the show, not Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what
And then
did you think when Dawson, or no, not before that. What did you think when Pacey shows up to Joey's work?
Oh, all drunk.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
hitting the
because
bell.
yeah,
I wasn't
after
surprised he was drunk, but I feel like he was trying to act too hard to be drunk.
Oh my God.
yeah, because he was up
He was also depressed, Jaycee, because
No, it's like he was
Andie
forcing it.
Andie gave him all the stuff back.
Well, he wanted to break up. Well, she obviously did too, since she slept with Mark.
yeah, and then yeah, she gave him the box of everything, including the Dumbo that
Picture.
he gave her.
Yeah, but the picture of the two of them, that's what really broke them.
Yeah. But I was just saying the Dumbo stuffy or plushie, it's funny because I have the same one, but it doesn't make that sound. It doesn't make any noise.
Oh, they probably just added the sound in for effect.
Yeah, so when you grabbed it, you could even tell it wasn't even coming from the toy either. So
Yeah,
that sounded like a dog chew toy.
it did.
Rough, rough.
But do you think that Andy should have gave Quincy the box, like dropped it at his house or something, not just like at school like that?
Well, does she
Yeah, I
know
don't
where,
like the way she went about it.
but does she know where he lives?
I'm sure
May-
they
Maybe
did it.
not, but you could have like just asked like, "Hey, can I just drop off this box at your house? Like, what's your address or something like that?"
Yeah.
Or
Well,
give it to Dawson.
I
Even.
know.
I don't
Why
know.
didn't she just dump it off at Dawson's?
Yeah,
I know.
something.
She didn't make a whole lot of. She had to be super dramatic with it.
I know.
Mhm.
Here, you don't want to be with me. Here's all your stuff. And then he's like, where do I sign? And she's like, you just
already
did.
did. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like, oh my God.
Mhm.
She's being mean about it.
I know. All because she's mad because he won't take her back. Well, you
It's like
cheated.
he should, or she needs to look at it from his point of view. Would she take him back if he did that?
No. Nope.
No, I don't think so.
No
So,
matter what he was going through, because she can blame it on her mental health, but she would not take him back if he was going through that and did it.
yeah, she took it too far by sleeping with the guy. Maybe if she just kissed him, but
I mean, think about it. She was being a drama queen about him and the teacher. And
right,
they
and
weren't even together.
They didn't even know each other.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's what I mean. And remember, then she said in the episode, she said, you know, if I would have known, and it's like, what, you would have known then you wouldn't have been with them? Like,
Right.
Mhm.
it
I
doesn't
don't
make
get
any
it.
sense. No. So
The
the fact
thought
that
process.
so the fact that she was getting so annoying and obnoxious then, she would not have let this go of him actually cheating. No.
Heck no.
Nope. If she didn't even like him and the teacher together,
No.
she would not have liked him and anyone else together.
Right.
No, she's too dramatic and annoying.
That she is.
And I feel like she's trying way too hard.
Hmm.
Like, go back to studying.
And then yeah, and then so that's why Pacey showed up like that, all drunk and upset.
With the box. He
Yep,
had the box
the whole
with
thing.
him.
Yep.
He didn't even take it home.
Mm-hmm. He didn't take it to Dawson either. He went to Joey.
I felt bad for him though when he accidentally dropped it all in the water.
Yeah, because he tripped. What did he trip over?
He
The
tripped.
piece of wood or over his own? Yeah,
He
I just
probably
wondering.
tripped over his feet.
Yeah, and
Well,
then
he
everything but the
was
picture frame.
drunk.
Yeah, fell in the water.
Jaycee, he was drunk.
Yeah, so he probably tripped over his own feet because he was drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And then I felt bad when he saw the picture frame fall in the water too and sunk.
Yeah, it's like he couldn't have just had one thing to keep. It all freaking went in.
Yeah.
Yep.
So he told Joey to call his dad and let him know he's staying with Joey.
Yeah, because he's drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would probably get in big trouble if he went home like that.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see his hand on her knee?
Yeah, I noticed that.
Joey's?
Yeah.
When?
Pacey had his hand on Joey's knee
When though?
when he was laying on the ground, and he said,
Oh.
Joey, can you do me a favor? Can you call my dad?
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was cute. So then Dumbo Dawson decides to show up at Joey's work. Now, how does he know Pacey's there?
Maybe somebody told him. Maybe he went to Pacey's house and his dad was like, "Oh, he's with Joey."
Yeah, it could have been.
Because
That's
he
what I
just shows up and Pacey's already outside waiting for him.
Yeah, he's ready to confront Pacey.
Drunk Pacey.
Yep.
Okay, so then this is where we find out that Dawson and Pacey have been friends for 16 years.
Their whole
Their
lives.
whole life.
They met as babies.
I guess.
Guess so. Maybe they went to like daycare together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. But hasn't
Yeah.
Mitch always been a stay-at-home dad?
I don't know.
I was just like, what the heck? Like they've been best friends since they were babies?
Maybe a park they met when they were
Yeah, that could be
babies.
playgroup or
Gosh.
something.
Or like if their parents took them on a walk as babies in strollers, you know? Their
Yeah, they
parents
did.
had to have met first, obviously.
Right. Because they live in the
So,
same town.
yeah. So something happened.
I wonder
But now
if the time is gonna change.
What do you mean?
Well, like, you know how some shows are like, oh, we've known each other for 15 years, and oh, all of a sudden they've known each other for 10. Or like it's constantly changing.
The consistency of it, yeah.
Like Boy Meets World, it's constantly changing.
Mm-hmm.
I've never noticed. I have to pay attention to that.
Of when Corey and Topanga have known each other.
Oh yeah, that does change a lot on
It was
there.
like babies, then it was like 5 and 2 and 10. And it was
Yeah,
like, oh my gosh, just come up with a
all
number and be
over.
consistent. So then Dawson's going on and says weak and self-motivated. And Pacey says, weak and self-motivated. Now, which two colorful adjectives would I be? And Dawson says, you are who you are.
He's being a jerk.
And how he said it too. You are who you are. I was like, you are so annoying.
You think he's jealous of Pacey?
Yes, because look where Pacey's hanging out.
Yep.
Because he was kind of given a weird look. Oh, that's where too. That's where he became the third wheel. Because after they punch each other and Pacey's on the ground, Joey comes out and defends Pacey
Yeah.
and tells Dawson to go away.
Yeah.
And that's where Dawson is like
With
looking at
surprise.
them. And the two of them are just like looking at Dawson. And it's like, exactly. You don't fit in this equation anymore.
Well, Dawson was there being a
Jerk.
butthead. Yeah, jerk. I'm trying to think, what do I want to call him?
Yeah, because Pacey said that, Dawson's the one that sent Joey's father to prison, and then that's when Dawson said that no, he just made Andie go crazy, and that's when Pacey punched him.
Well, yeah, because Pacey said, at least I didn't send her father to prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, if you talk about Andie, you will get punched by Pacey.
Yep.
And so Jaycee was actually waiting for you to say something about Dawson's punch
What about it?
because he knocked Pacey on the ground.
Yeah.
Well, Pacey was drunk, so Dawson
Thank you.
Yeah.
Dawson already had an advantage.
I know.
Mhm.
I think if Pacey was sober, he wouldn't have fell
Probably
Yeah,
not.
he may not have even punched back at him again.
because he was drunk.
Yeah.
I mean, he tripped for so
Yeah.
the fact that he tripped. But yes, because remember when I said that Jack was on the ground and I didn't think Dawson could punch like that?
Maybe
Mhm.
he can punch pretty hard.
But no, because I think it's just because Pacey was just too drunk.
Well, what's your excuse for Jack? I almost
I
called
don't
him.
know. He tripped over his feet. I don't know.
Nah.
No.
Yeah, so after Dawson leaves, Joey gives Pacey a can of Pepsi for his
Oh
best
my
friend.
gosh. Yeah. So then, yeah. So Joey brings Pacey a Pepsi and he says, no, thanks. I'm not thirsty. And she says, it's for your lip, moron.
But he
Mhm.
opens it up anyway
Yeah. After he puts
Yeah.
it on his lip.
for 2 seconds.
Yeah, and then they talk about
he's thirsty.
and then they talk about how, Pacey's upset that Dawson accused him of taking the test and everything.
Yeah.
And if he earned anyone's respect, he thought it was Dawson's.
No, I wouldn't think so. Think about Dawson's birthday. All Dawson did was, your life is supposed to suck, so mine can be better. I mean, that's all.
That does go to show he's jealous for sure.
Yeah, because Pacey is okay.
Yep.
And he'll always be okay.
Because he's always had to deal with the hard life.
And he knows the only one that truly has his back is himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like Dawson,
If you don't rely on other people, you can't be let down.
And see, Dawson relies on everyone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's why Pacey will always be okay. He'll always bounce back. Dawson, not so much.
Nope.
But of course, Dawson's eye looks so much worse than Pacey's lip.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. You can really tell on Pacey's
way to go, Pacey, because Pacey was drunk and still hit him that good.
Yeah.
I was like, way to go, Pacey. You got him good. Think if he wasn't drunk, he could have really got Dawson.
Well, it's probably a good thing he was drunk then, because he, like you said, he really would have got him.
Dawson should just be lucky he had drunk Pacey.
Yes.
Yeah, when I saw Dawson's eye, I was cracking up.
I bet you were.
Oh, and you weren't?
No, well, not like, but I knew you were. Like Brittany's loving this right now.
I was. It was like my favorite part, looking at his eye. A lot of damage.
That's
No,
for sure.
he kind of looks good with the black eye.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, if only Pacey could do it some more to him.
You're so
Oh,
mean to Dawson.
well, then Joey was kind of sticking up for Dawson, talking to Pacey. And Pacey's like,
Mhm.
no, I want him to kind of like mope for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
I was like, I do too. Why does Joey always make Pacey go and apologize to everybody? Andie, Dawson, right away.
I don't know.
And he can't just let it linger for a day or two. But yet when
know.
it's her, she can wait as long as she wants.
The whole summer.
Yeah. Until he's with someone else. Then all of a sudden she wants him.
Right.
No.
She only wants him when she can't have him.
Exactly. She only wants to, and she only wanted to sleep with him because Eve wanted to sleep with him.
Yep.
She didn't really want to sleep with him.
No.
Yeah, Joey doesn't make any sense sometimes.
Are we to the test?
Are you happy that Jack isn't quitting football?
Yeah. I'm excited to see where he goes with the team.
You don't even want to watch him.
I
Oh,
like that.
what did you think of Henry and Jack this
Didn't like
episode?
him.
I'm excited to see Henry talk about Jen because the way he stared at her.
Well,
Mhm.
oh my gosh, he first started out okay, talking about her looks, and then he was talking about her boobs, and I'm like, okay, you lost
Mhm.
me.
Well,
Yeah.
that's what teenage boys think about.
I was like, all right, Henry. He just kept going on. How did you like though when he was about to run into her?
Well, he wasn't he going up to kiss her or something?
I don't know what he was going to do. He was just running.
Yeah, and then he like chickened out the last second, just kept running.
And then Jen, he was running at her, so she backed
Gosh.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, get away from me. It was funny. But I mean, Henry's pretty funny and entertaining, and I feel like we needed that.
I hope we see more of them.
Yeah, he is funny. Even though he's a freshman, he's still funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
I can imagine him being like kind of a little brother to Jack.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jaycee,
Mm-hmm.
what did you think of your boyfriend Mitch as the coach? Is he pretty?
He's not. He's not.
Is he sexy as the coach?
Yeah, I like seeing a man in charge.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I want to see him in one of those uniforms. I want to see his butt. Thinking like that teenage boy.
So that scene before that with Dawson and Eve, when she asks what happened to his eye, and he says like what happened, he says the only thing that happened was her, and
I
he says that
agree.
they're all
Yeah,
criminals.
she's pinning them against each other.
Yeah, that they're all criminals, and it's the stupid ones that get caught.
Well, that's why I said, why is she throwing Pacey under the bus so much?
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't do anything besides encourage
She
Dawson
wants
to go out with
Dawson
her.
for herself.
Mm-hmm.
But all Pacey ever did was encourage Dawson to date Eve.
Right.
She
Yeah,
doesn't know that.
Yeah, so Dawson was like, we spent all this time trying to get to know each other, but now that I know you, he
I
said
don't.
that he doesn't like you. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like you.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that's the last we see of her. Do you think so?
I think she'll be back.
Oh boy.
Cynthia.
I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah.
So for the test,
Mm-hmm.
when they're about to take the test, how
Yeah.
many pencils does Andie need?
How many does she have?
Like about 20, it seemed like.
I know you should have a couple, but dang.
That girl had the whole thing she laid out. It was like, what the heck?
I think maybe she just has them so she doesn't have to get up to sharpen one, so she just brought more to use in
That's
case
why
one
you bring a
breaks.
couple, not that many. Everybody else had a couple.
Maybe she likes them super pointy and only uses them for a little bit.
Everybody had like 2 or 3. She had way more than that.
Well, she's an overachiever.
Oh, and going back to the cheerleaders real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Why were they on the football field?
Like during the game?
No, it wasn't a game, it was practice.
for practice.
But yeah,
I guess
because
they
what's
were
his face?
practicing.
Because Henry
Yeah.
ran almost right into Jen, and it was just
Mhm.
weird because I'm like, they wouldn't be practicing where the guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I don't
shouldn't, but they were.
I know, but why?
I don't
I
know.
don't
We don't
know.
There's so many questions in the show that we would never get answers to. So,
You wouldn't practice because again, somebody might run into you or the ball might hit you.
mhm.
So legally, I don't know if you could practice together.
Right. And then when told Jack that he needs a word mantra, and Jack settled on the word FUG, fug, was that supposed to be like
Uh-huh. I
their way
think
of
so.
getting to like,
Ah.
yeah, the censors?
Yes. I think
Yeah.
so. Because it was fu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think if I was the only one thinking about that. Yeah. So the
Mhm.
practice test is about to start. That's when Dawson gets up and gives it to the principal and walks out. And then a minute later, Pacey follows him.
Okay. And then they're outside, and Pacey was like, explain to me again why we just did that. And Dawson says, if we were gonna beat the crap out of each other, it should at least be over a chick.
Yeah.
Dumb.
And Brittany, is that foreshadowing?
Yes, 1000%.
Yeah. I don't know exactly what that's going to be, but from what you've said before, I have a feeling it's going to be pretty bad.
It's gonna be pretty good.
Mm,
And then the last scene
Wait,
back in the library.
Jaycee,
yeah.
are you really Team Dawson and Joey
I don't know. You've asked me before. I don't know.
over Pacey and Joey?
I don't know.
Well, we haven't really seen Pacey and Joey together yet.
I'm not team
She
anyone.
has.
Oh,
It's been a long time. Okay, don't. I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't.
and
I
then the
don't
last,
remember what happens.
then
Okay.
the last scene in the library, the test starts, and who do we see? Like,
Andie.
yep, she opens the
Doing her
booklet.
filling in the bubbles before she even opened the question book.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
A, B, C, D,
Mhm.
A, B, like going back and
So
forth.
she
And then she's
obviously memorized it.
yeah, and
Mhm.
then she's looking around like, oh shoot, maybe I should play this a little better. And
Yeah.
opens her book up and then just starts to slowly write. Oh,
Yeah, but she kept looking for a good second, and I feel like the principal would have caught her looking around like that for so
Yeah, like
long.
what are you
But
looking at?
it wasn't like a quick like glance. It was like, moving her whole head around. So
well,
Yeah,
I
she was
I would
staring.
want to know why she's quickly or filling in the bubbles so
yeah,
fast.
You come
you
across
could,
the room though, you probably wouldn't be able to tell what she was doing as easily with that.
But she didn't even have her book open.
mhm.
No, yeah.
That'd be my
And
question.
yeah, and then the students were sitting at the library table, so they were kind of close to each other. So like the
Yeah.
person next to her
Would
should have
know.
easily, yeah, like something like she's doing something, you know.
Mhm. Well,
But
and the other thing is like, she clearly she's never cheated before because you open up the book and you slowly write down the answers.
mhm,
Right.
You take as long as everybody else takes.
yeah,
You don't fly right through. You have to have enough time to read every question.
mhm,
Exactly.
yeah.
Clearly she's never cheated before. Also, okay, here you go, you guys. I just thought of it. Who's taking the test with them?
Jack.
Uh-huh. He's the twin.
But they said their ages are different.
Well,
Well,
yes,
we
but
technically don't know
how old
for
Andie
sure.
is.
Yeah,
We
like it's
only know she was
guessing,
old enough to drive, which
but
means
at
she'd
least
be at least
16. Yeah.
16. We don't know if she's 17.
Gotcha.
But they're both taking the test, which means they're clearly the same age.
Unless for some reason he didn't take them last year, but that doesn't still make much more sense.
No, because again, they've made him a part of this group
Hmm.
Yeah.
where he's like stuck in this junior year again
Yeah.
as a 17-year-old.
Hmm.
I mean, maybe their birthday is in December, so they were behind a year.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
That's all I can think of. Because
Yeah.
Andie's too smart. And I feel like Jack isn't dumb. So it doesn't make sense that they would or that he would be held back.
Hmm.
So, what did you guys think of Andie being the little thief?
I was a little
I would-
surprised, but
Yeah.
Now, how do you think she's going to bring back that book?
Maybe she'll destroy it afterward.
yeah,
So
I don't think it
everybody,
needs to be returned.
yeah, I think so, to leave everybody thinking that it just disappeared or whatever.
Now, I have a question. Going back to the beginning when Dawson came to them in the library with the book,
Hmm.
how is it? No, they weren't quiet. They weren't whispering.
Hmm.
The whole library was full of people. How did nobody next to them hear them?
I don't know. And they're all like standing up too, so it made them stand out more.
Yeah.
Because think about it, when we were in the library at school, we could hear the people right next to us talking.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense that a group of 6 people who are all talking, not quietly, are not going to be noticed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because then remember, Eve's like, well, who would take an envelope that they wouldn't know what it's in? Well, all the people next to Dawson, because they
But
weren't quiet.
it's a TV show. They're not supposed to have heard them.
I know, but
Yeah.
it was like, really, everybody heard.
But nobody heard.
I'm just saying, everybody heard. Andie, the little thief.
So highs and lows.
My low was Eve in the test, and my high was Joey protecting Pacey.
Hmm.
Gosh, I don't know. My low was Eve pinning the friends against each other.
Hmm.
And my high was probably Pacey's drunk scene, even though it was sad. It was the most memorable scene.
Yeah, and then Milo was the whole fist fight with Dawson and Pacey, and then my high was hopefully the last time we see Eve when Dawson says that he doesn't like her. So hopefully she'll be gone.
Yeah.
All right,
Brittany?
now would you rate it? Well, I already said
Oh,
mine.
oh, okay. Um, a 7, I guess.
I'd give it a 7.5.
I give it a 6.
And then your best and worst.
My best was Joey for sticking up for herself and then being there for Pacey with Dawson about Dawson. And then worst is Eve, of course, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, my worst is Eve too.
What was your
Brittany?
best?
My best is I like the new kid.
Henry?
Henry?
Yeah. Yeah, Henry.
You don't know his name.
No, but I like him.
Oh my gosh.
And yours, Brittany?
My best is Joey.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that she was there for Pacey again.
Mm-hmm.
And that she defended herself against that boss of hers. Ugh.
Yeah.
And then the worst was your boyfriend,
Not
Whose
mine.
boyfriend?
Dawson.
Not mine.
Nobody's boyfriend.
Dawson was the worst
For accusing
Why?
Pacey?
for punching Pacey.
You think? Oh, Pacey punched him first, didn't he?
I thought you would say about accusing him.
Yeah. Well, it all started because he accused him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he punched him.
He accused him and then he punched him.
Yeah, Dawson just punched him back like a self-defense, even though, he started it technically with his words, but
Mhm.
But Dawson was horrible. And then he brings the ding envelope and then is like, oh, who did it? And it's like, come on, Dumbo. Come. Like Eve has him twisted. And
Wait,
why?
they didn't tell him who did it.
No, but he was blaming everybody.
Well, yeah.
But I just didn't like Dawson. Like his character is changing so much. I don't like it.
You've
Mhm.
never liked him.
I know, but he's definitely not this. Ugh, I don't like it. Ugh, okay, I mean, he's the worst in my mind.
Yeah, so we got less than a minute. So
Yeah,
the next
next episode.
episode is episode 4, Home Movies.
Okay. All right, you guys. Thanks for listening.
Yep, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
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 This Thursday is Thanksgiving, so we just wanted to wish everyone a
Happy Thanksgiving.
and we'll be back Monday. Thanks for listening to this episode of Duo Chat. If you want to chime in with your opinion about the episode and the show we discussed, you can email us at duochatpodcast@gmail.com. And to keep up with updates about the podcast, you can follow us at Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Duo Chat Podcast. And give us a review wherever you listen to podcasts. We would really appreciate it.